We request you to tune in to Flokirshow YouTube channel. We are back. We promised to inform you, to share and educate. There is a story which is developing from one of our institutions, and this is none other than Moi University. Recently, we have seen some breaking news that Moi University 60 accounts have been frozen through a court order. This follows a case, a long-standing case of decades between a contractor and Moi University management. Then, when we saw this, in our channel, we are not used to do content which is likely to be a little bit negative or discouraging to our viewers. But this one, discouraging as it is, it has prompted us to let our viewers know. This is after now another story has come that Moi University academic staff have already issued a strike notice. It appears in Moi University, the anthem is changing to this.
The university lost a long legal battle against a contractor, Vishva Builders Limited, over a botched construction deal in the 1990s. However, the workers now say they have nothing to do with the case and want their dues.
Mshahara ulikuwa unakuja. Tukasikia, mtu anaitwa Vishva. Sisi hatumujui na hatumutambui. Nasikia kesi yake ni ya 1999. Wakati mimi nilikuwa standard 2. Na hiyo shida inakuja kutuhaunt mpaka wana hold our salary account.
It is not rosy at Moi. People are suffering and we are demanding the government to act because we are Kenyans like any other Kenyan. We have families, we have children, we have spouses and everybody to take care of.
Remember, it's not long before we had so many strikes. Long delays of students studying on their own. Recently, we have come across this strike notice given by Moi University academic staff. And they are saying for the last 2 months, they have not been paid. They are talking of statutory deductions, those who are supposed to get pensions, and all that. In our channel, we don't want to go into the details of the internal problems which are going on in this giant institution. In fact, what the public is worried about is whether indeed there is hope for students who are applying to join this university, and if once they join, their academic programs will not be interrupted as previously it has been to those who went there before. We were so touched by this story, which was covered by Citizen TV sometimes last year. Take a look.
In disarray. The frustration among the occupants is palpable. Medical students who once walked in with ambition now carry the weight of years lost to strikes and endless delays. Lynn Ndegwa scored an A of 83 points from Karema Girls. She and others were elated to join Moi University, once a beacon of hope.
I still remember the joy that everyone had because I was top in Nyandarua County. So I was called by Equity Bank to go and work there as the top girl. So it was a very big celebration. Yeah.
It's been long. We joined the school in October 2016. So this is our 9th year. We've done already our 8 years.
A number of students have left the institution following a month-long strike.
This is now Dr. Lynn Degwa from Nyandarua County. She was the best student then, employed by Equity Bank because of topping, but went to Moi University and graduating after exactly 9 years. This is not only the story of Lynn. Fortunately, the university reached out on Lynn during graduation, and we saw Lynn smiling. But we are still getting worried. When we look at the problems which are facing Moi University, they are becoming more complicated as time goes, and the public is getting confused. They don't know whether Moi University is suffering from a financial problem, a tribal problem, a cultural problem, an academic problem. It's not coming out very clearly. But Moi University seems to have a cancerous problem, which you don't know for how long it will continue. Remember, these stories are coming at a time when university students are being placed to join these universities. They are already selecting their courses. What message or signal does the Moi University management want to send to these students? What message will the lecturers from Moi University, once they go on strike, send to these potential applicants? When we look at the nature of the debt which is being claimed, we realize that this is a debt which is over decades, a stored project since 1990.
According to the university's management, in November 1990, the government initiated the construction of a Faculty of Science complex. The 4-story building was estimated to cost about 476 million shillings. However, a year later, the government halted the project, prompting the contractor Vishwa Builders to move to court.
Contractor, having been decommissioned, should have sued the Kenya government. But he saw that as an uphill task. He saw that as a mountain that he cannot easily climb. So he chose the easier path to sue the university.
The matter went into arbitration in 1999. The contractor was awarded 57 million shillings for certificates 1 to 7 that was issued, equaling to the amount of work already done. The contractor was also awarded 16 million shillings in interest. The university paid the contractor the 57 million shillings and 5 million shillings of the interest. The balance was later recovered with the interest, totaling to 132 million shillings through a Ganeshi order in 2024. Separately, in 1999, the contractor had filed another civil case seeking 185 million shillings, arguing that the university had acted unlawfully by terminating the contract.
And when we look at the nature of these projects, in fact, it is not only Moi University which are the story projects. I remember sometimes back when we studied in Egerton University, we used to ask some questions, so many complexes which were incomplete, and they went for years. This is the project which is coming to haunt Moi University to the extent that we lose hope for many million Kenyans who would have graduated from that university to add to the big number of the many alumni of the giant university. This is the high time that we also wish to hear from the many potential alumni who are in key positions politically and in government offices, coming up to tell us what exactly is the future of Moi University. If these stories continue the way they are going, there is a quote of a once US professional soldier who ruled for over 35 years. His name is Colin Powell. In one of the quotes of Colin Powell, he says, "The day soldiers stop bringing you their problems is the day you have stopped leading them. They have either lost confidence that you can help or concluded you do not care. And either case is a failure of leadership." End of quote. Colin Powell was giving this quote because he was in the military. If we borrow this quote in an academic context like that of Moi University, then many Kenyans, students, parents, stakeholders stop asking questions about Moi University. That is the time Moi University will have lost meaning to many stakeholders. We pray that we should not end to that point where nobody cares what is aired on media about the university because it has become too much. We would wish at least to have a continuous period of academic study from Moi University, at least for more than a year. And I know this can happen. It used to happen, it can happen. But not when we are getting these stories. When we saw some of these problems, we tried to dig deeper into some of the possibilities of some of the domestic problems. And this is what we came across. There is this story covered by TV47.
The consequences of this university collapsing will be there to everyone. The businesses in Eldoret, the community around here, and even the whole region. When this university collapses, it will create a vacuum, which will crush all other businesses around.
Moi University is facing financial difficulties, its debts exceeding 10 billion shillings. Signs that all is not well at the university starts right at the gate of Moi University main campus, Eldoret. The cash-strapped university can, however, afford to construct a gate at a staggering cost of 30 million shillings. This project and many others drew the attention of Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, who summoned the university leadership to clear allegations that procurement laws. Another letter dated 2nd August from the VC, Professor Kosgei, shows an elusive process between the VC and the EACC to supply the documents. Another letter dated 1st October 2024 by the EACC as a reminder to the VC shows another elusiveness to provide details to the alleged shady deals at the institution. People out there know you as a very corrupt person. Are you corrupt?
So I'm not, and I'm not party to corruption. I've never been.
And the way out is to look for resources from Nairobi. So every week, a team of management, they are about between 7 and 10. They are
Again, a story which is also complicated. Last year, when students were crying, they were undergoing a lot of stress, a lot of mental torture. You can imagine medical students being taken through counseling instead of them counseling patients out there. They are being cancelled because of overstaying and getting frustrated in their academic programs.
It's been very tiring. It has been draining in every way. We've physically drained. We're mentally, emotionally drained. We're financially drained at this point. It's been a very, very long stay for us.
We are your children. we didn't want to be here. I mean, we're all bright people. We deserve better. And, I mean, we cannot do anything as students, but they can actually get us back to class, because that's what we really want. We are actually frustrated of staying here for that long.
But there are those who have severe mental issues. Stress has affected many of our students. In fact, like the 6th-year medical students, last week they were undergoing a therapy by our colleagues in MTRH. So, a lot of adversity.
Student group of Dr. Lynn Degwa graduated. We don't want to see many Lynn's crying. This will not send good message to Kenyans. And so, I would urge all the viewers of this channel, may you be a parent or a potential parent, a student, to get concerned. Government officers, and particularly those who have gone through this giant academic institution, which we are always proud of, they need to now speak up. The solution to Moi University, if it was not to be got today, then it was yesterday, not future. It is becoming long overdue. People will not stop to watch, to listen, and to try to comprehend the many complicated stories, which once they are ended up, they mean a crisis. In one of the stories we have seen, that the stories of Moi University start from the main gate. The gate itself, that $1 million construction, and it raised some corruption allegations. We don't want to go into that direction. We are not even anti-corruption agencies. For us, we are urging our viewers to expect all the best. As Moi try to work out through their problem, we don't want to see more strikes, because more strikes will mean something else. We don't want to go that direction. It's unfortunate, and these are not the stories we should be telling Kenyans. Once some of these things go on, as the Kiswahili saying goes, wapiganapo fahali wawili, wanaumia ni nyasi. In the case of this context, students are suffering. We don't want this to continue further. If a contractor is to be paid 1.2 billion, for which work? We are not questioning court orders. We are not interfering with court cases. But all we are praying for is one lasting solution for this academic institution, where whenever the name is mentioned, you see progress. We urge you to continue following us. We shall keep you updated as those stories unfold. These are not stories we can afford to keep quiet and watch. Thank you so much for following us in our YouTube channel. Bye for now.
Breaking stories, viral documentaries, and the truth behind the headlines, where Africa meets the world.